Today I woke up, could not get out of bed. I was so sleepy. I was like, don't even know what was going on. And I worked a little bit, and then I went and I met my mom for lunch.
Okay.
Which was amazing. But I didn't eat anything.
How?
I know. Because I slept in, so then I ate breakfast at like 11:30. I know. And then by the time I met my mom at 12, I didn't want to eat lunch.
So is that all? Welcome to Gems with Miles and Julian.
What's up, folks? Welcome back to another episode of Gems, the first ever podcast hosted by
7-year-old.
And
25-year-old.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting older every day. Miles, how are you doing today? What's going on?
Today I just went to Google and I went to Google today.
The website?
Yes.
Oh, what'd you search there?
No, I just got to look around and Google the website.
You went to Google. Did you go to Google the place?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
Where Google actually happens. I went to that place.
What?
Yeah.
The office?
Yeah.
What was it like at Google the office?
Well, they have also rooms for kids.
Really?
Yeah, they actually had a game room and a Lego room.
Did you learn anything while you were at the Google offices?
Well, I learned that they have a big buffet.
That's amazing. What'd you eat?
I ate pizza that was spicy.
Ooh.
And also eating about 7 to 5 Snickers.
You're out of control. Here's my discovery of the week. I found a letter that my mom wrote about me when I was your age. Can I read it to you?
Yeah.
Because I think you're going to find it interesting.
What is that?
Well, first, what do you think I was like when I was 7 years old?
I can't really guess.
The first thing that comes to mind when I think of Julian is his intense love of nature.
So you love nature?
Animals, creatures of the sea. He loves fish. But listen to this. Here's where I thought this would be interesting. He collects rocks and gems and things from the beach. And right now at home, we're growing crystals.
Where are you growing crystals?
I don't remember, but I saw that and I was like, I think you and I have a lot in common because I like gems and you like gems.
I grew crystal trees.
What was that like?
It was like these trees with very weak crystals.
Mm.
And when they were forming, they could be broken by your finger. But now I don't know if they're strong anymore.
So
or
Miles,
if they're not strong.
What was your life-changing discovery of the week?
Well, I thought Minecraft Dungeons had, I thought Minecraft Dungeons had no mob except blazes that could throw fire. But then I found out this new mob that could summon blue fire out of the ground. And it could teleport. And I learned so much that I learned that there are creatures that I didn't even know about.
So you learned that Minecraft Dungeons had just way more than you even thought it could possibly ever have.
Yeah. And that's how and then I also didn't know if this soul knife was a real thing, but it actually was.
That's amazing. I didn't know the soul knife even existed.
Well, it existed in Minecraft Dungeons.
You got any questions for me?
What's your favorite thing that happened to you in your life?
In my entire life?
Yeah. Well, what's your favorite thing that happened today?
Okay, I think my favorite thing that happened today... That's such a good question.
And hard.
And hard. Do you have a... gosh, it seems like I don't have a very exciting life. I can't think of my favorite thing that happened today. Well, okay, actually, my favorite thing that happened today hasn't happened yet.
Wait, what? Is it going to be this podcast?
You might think. I think that's my second favorite thing that's happened today. Sorry, but my first favorite thing is I'm going to see my favorite comedy show tonight.
Wait, what?
Have you ever seen somebody do stand-up comedy before?
Nope.
What do you think that is?
I don't know yet.
It's when someone like gets up on stage with a mic and says stuff into the microphone that's supposed to be funny, but often it's not.
Is that actually true?
It is true. Well, what's up, folks? For today's special guest, we have Harvey Guillen. You might know him as Guillermo from What We Do in the Shadows, as well as Perrito on Puss in Boots' Last Wish. Harvey is here also to talk about some new projects that he has. Harvey, welcome to Gems with Miles and Julian.
I'm so excited. I mean, we go way back. I don't know, remember, because when you were born, I came to visit you at your mom's.
And I was asleep.
You fell asleep? So I showed up, and I was really excited to meet this new baby, and you were asleep. But you know what? It only took 7 years, so here we are.
So this is kind of an official reunion episode. Harvey and Miles almost met seven fateful years ago.
Almost.
But we wanted to get you on the pod to create that official, powerful
And I appreciate
reunion.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you for making this happen.
Of course, yes.
Yes.
So, Miles, before we get into all this, what's going on with you?
Well, very exciting things. Like going to Google.
You went to Google?
Yeah, today.
Today?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Miles went to the Google offices today. Can I ask why? Why did that happen?
Because a friend of my dad's worked at Google and invited us.
Have you ever been to Google, Harvey?
I've actually been to Google in California. I got invited too. My dad didn't know anyone to Google, but I went because they invited me because we were making a movie based on Google.
I think I know that.
I think you do.
I have never been invited nor been to Google yet. Please, if you're watching this,
Invitation?
and feel as though I might make a fabulous guest, I
think
would
so.
love to be there. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
send the car.
Or send a car to pick me up. But I have been on Google.com, which is a fantastic website. If you haven't used it yet, we highly recommend.
Like that. That's nice.
Miles, have you used Google?
Many times.
See, that's why he got invited. Like, that's why.
He's like a pro.
He's a pro.
If you go on Instagram, you'll probably and then go to Research Therapy, then you'll probably see the first ever episode when I was talking about Google.
The first time Miles and I met, Google has really just been a big part of our friendship. The first time we met was talking about Google.com.
It's full circle.
So, welcome to Gems. Harvey Gems is a podcast that Miles and I host where we have different guests on and they bring in a gem of wisdom, gems of knowledge to put in a time capsule that we're building for Miles. I thought it might be fun maybe to open with a gem. Did you bring one today?
Yeah, I wanted to just kind of go back to the original meeting that Miles and I were supposed to have and we didn't. But everything is meant to happen for a reason. And my gem is you both bring such light into this world. Never forget that in itself is a gift. Your light that you share is a gift today, tomorrow, and forever.
So, Miles, should we put that in the time capsule?
Yeah.
That's a very sweet message. What do you think about that?
It's amazing.
Thank you for sharing that, Harvey. We really appreciate it.
Well, it's
you
true.
as well.
Thank you.
I think you bring a lot of light to people.
Let's share our light.
Can Miles and I show you what we brought to put in our Gems time capsule today?
Yes.
Where's my tooth?
Where is it? Oh, Harvey, I think it's under the pillow behind you.
Is it behind this pillow?
No, the blue. Oh, there it is. It's right. Yeah.
That's my tooth.
Let me get out my thing, too.
You brought your tooth?
Yeah, the tooth fairy didn't take it by accident. She forgot to take my tooth. Gave me $10 and a 1972 or 3 penny. I forgot.
So what is this?
So this is my tooth that the tooth fairy forgot to take.
They're
It's
busy.
my
They're
second
forgetful.
tooth.
But she forgot to take it, but she still...
Gave money.
Can't
So,
argue there.
can't argue there. And I'm bringing in my tooth.
That's a big
Oh,
tooth.
wow.
Can I see?
Is that your tooth?
Yeah, that is my...
This is actual tooth.
Yep, that's my wisdom tooth.
Well, I think it's only fair that I give a tip. Oh. Gosh,
that an
and that's
actual
the
tooth?
How did it feel when they
Sophie,
took
can I have the
your...
other ones?
Oh, give me my bucket of teeth. Can I have my bucket of teeth, please?
Oh, they're clean. I washed them.
I brushed them my whole life.
my sweater.
I brushed these my whole life.
Wait, where's the third?
Wait, I thought you were gonna say, wait, these are mine. Wait, I thought he was gonna say, wait, these are mine.
This wasn't a problem.
Miles,
Wait, these
look at
are mine?
Harvey, do you want to touch my teeth?
These are all your teeth. I feel like I want to like. All right.
This is my
Yahtzee.
Can I have your tooth, Miles?
Let's play
Wow.
Yahtzee.
So, Miles, let's hold up your tooth, and I'll hold up my tooth next to each other. So you have a tiny tooth, and I have a huge tooth.
A baby tooth.
A tooth that is actually a baby tooth.
Yeah. Was yours a baby tooth?
These, I don't know. They're big. Mm.
Do they still fit? Like a walrus.
I want you to have these.
Definitely not touching.
You don't want it?
No, thank you.
Why do you want to put a tooth in your time capsule, Miles? What do you want to remember? What memory is associated?
I remember my baby tooth that the tooth fairy forgot to take.
Yeah, remind her that she forgot.
I want to remember this because I was 19 years old. I got these removed, and it was bad.
It's painful, right?
It hurt, yeah. And, well, no, they put me on a lot of medication.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
those actually real
These
teeth?
They
my
are.
real
Those
teeth.
how they
'Cause
look.
look, Miles, look at my mouth. You see in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
wow.
metal teeth.
I
No.
didn't get to keep mine.
There's just nothing
Do you
there.
want to know? Do you want to know a secret? I had only my right side of my wisdom teeth taken out, and it was so painful. I was like, okay, I'm good, and didn't get the left side. So now I only have these gone, and I don't have. But I think eventually I have to get them.
Well, I only have 3. I don't know where the 4th is.
I didn't get to keep mine. I don't get to keep mine. I was like, can I keep my teeth? Because they put like,
Miles, if you got surgery and they had to take a piece of your body off, would you want to keep it or get rid of it?
Definitely get rid of it unless it was my tooth.
Like if they had to take out like your kidney or something, do
Yeah.
you want
Kidney.
a kidney? What?
What's a kidney?
A kidney is like it processes. No, that's your liver. I don't know what your kidney does.
what does it? Well,
Urine filters waste from blood.
oh, like
It makes your pee.
it makes, yeah.
I would definitely not want it. I would want it to be in the garbage right away.
Hey Miles, if you needed a kidney, I would give you mine.
Because he could be a match. You can match people and see if you're a good match for a kidney.
Also, my
gotcha.
tooth is cracked in the middle.
So let's get into it. Miles, what are we talking about with Harvey today?
We are talking about sadness and crying.
I've done that. I've done both of those.
I have a lot of questions for Harvey right in this book.
Okay.
What is that book right there?
Oh, it's my Gems with Miles plus Julian podcast book. It's where I keep a lot of my ideas. This is the first time I'm using it, so I've only filled up about 2 pages.
That's actually pretty good.
I meant 1 page because this together is actually 1 page.
Right.
But we hope to fill the entire thing at some point.
Well, I'm kind of honored that I'm like the first 2 pages.
You're
That's a
a
huge-
first 2 pages kind of guy, you know. We got out the book just because we knew you were coming.
Oh well, I appreciate it. That's
Before this, we were flying by the seat of our pants as it was chaos.
And we had to use sheets.
Sheets of paper. It
right.
was
It's all over.
mess.
Flies everywhere.
Oh my
gush
god.
of wind goes by and then it just flies everywhere.
So
Alright.
That
Anymore?
didn't happen really.
Oh, did it?
didn't happen,
Oh, no,
Harvey.
my head, I was
Actually,
just like that could happen.
Harvey, how do you deal with sadness when you experience
Yeah.
that emotion?
I recently dealt with sadness by talking about it. Sometimes when we get sad, you want to keep it to yourself.
I've got an answer if I was in my house. I just go up to my room and then read some books for a
good.
while.
For a while. And sometimes we need quiet time to ourselves, right? But sometimes it's also good to share that and voice it. And I feel that sometimes voicing that you're sad is okay. I think it's okay to say that you're sad. We can't be happy all the time, so it's okay to share that sadness with people.
That makes me think of 2 things. The first thing that makes me think of is the first ever recess therapy interview I did when I was 21 years old. I was asking kids if it's possible to be happy all the time. And this one little kid said to me, he was like 4 years old, and he said, I just want to be happy all the time. It's all I want, but I cry all the time. And I was like, that's life.
That's life.
What do you think about that, Miles?
Sometimes I want to be sad and sometimes I'm happy.
Sometimes you want to be sad all the time and you
Yeah.
can't because you're happy.
Yeah, and sometimes happy makes you cry if
Yeah.
you're happy. Sometimes you can cry when you're happy as well.
Yeah, that's actually true.
It's true, right?
You can have happy tears.
Have you
Happy
ever been
tears.
so happy that you cried, Miles?
Not yet.
Not yet, but you can laugh, cry.
Yes, that's true. I do cry when I've been laughing so much.
Yeah.
Actually, you start crying and it hurts because you're laughing so loud with your belly that like I've cried.
What has anything ever made you cry, laugh, Miles?
Really, really, really funny things.
I feel like the times that I like cry laugh is when I'm like out with friends, we're doing nothing, and some like spell falls over us, and like whatever is being said for no reason at all is the funniest thing
Like the giggles
ever. We just get the
Just
giggles,
yeah.
and we're just like, and it just builds, and we're just like wheezing and crying and laughing. Have you ever had that, Miles?
Nope.
Have you ever been in a place where everyone's laughing so loud, everyone's like, wow, they're having a good time, and they look over? We've had that a couple of times.
Sometimes when I'm at restaurants with my friends,
They ask you to
and-
leave.
Yeah, they ask us to leave.
Yeah.
No, sometimes when I'm at restaurants with my friends, we try to out-laugh the table next to us.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
That's actually a good game.
So if the table next to us is like, we go, all right.
And then they ask you to leave.
And then they kick
But then you
out.
won the game.
Can you give us the biggest laugh you can do? All
Um,
right, pretend I just said the funniest thing. And that's why they call it a charcuterie board.
That's pretty good.
usually that's my normal laugh.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That's pretty good, actually.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Miles, do you ever feel embarrassed when you cry, or is crying easy for you?
Easy. I just go into my room and read.
Do you cry while you read?
No, I just read and do nothing but read.
Oh.
That's powerful. What do you... All right, I'm going to throw a wrench in the whole thing.
Okay.
What happens if you're crying or you're sad and you're not at home?
That barely ever happens, but I just walk away or just deal with it.
That's very mature. I wish
Just
I
gotta-
was.
Hey, Harvey,
Yeah.
deal with it.
I'm taking a note
just deal with it.
from
okay?
that and just deal with it.
I...
Are you ready for the question?
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
we are ready for the
All
questions.
right, here we go.
So I have a lot of questions. I have about 5, but I'm crossing out the 5th.
Oh, okay. So 4.
Can we
5
hold
minus,
this
5
like
minus 1.
this?
Carry
So
the
the first question. These questions are just for Harvey.
Okay, just for me.
I will not answer.
Please do not answer these questions.
What's your favorite movie you've been in? Hard one, right?
That's a tough one. What do you think my favorite movie is?
Well, I haven't listened to any.
Wait, Puss in Boots. You knew that I was in Puss in Boots?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I haven't looked at it. My
Oh,
mom
okay.
just told me.
Fair enough. Maybe Puss in Boots might be too mature for him. Like it's a little older. I think the humor is a little bit older. Yeah.
I love that movie.
Maturity is just right.
The maturity's just right. You hear that? Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. The maturity is just right.
Miles, you're not a big movie person yet, right?
He's reading books. Like, he should not be watching movies. Like I actually like that Miles reads books. Like keep reading books.
I read a lot of books, and I'm not the biggest movie fan.
There you go. And that's an honest opinion, and I
Powerful.
appreciate that.
Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah,
So this
people
is
don't pick up a
refreshing.
book. It's really refreshing.
But
I-
I'm more of a reading fan or playing on my Switch Minecraft Dungeons fan.
What do you think Harvey should play Minecraft?
It's a good game, but
Would you show me though? Because I don't know anything about it.
well, you can. But if you join the world with me, it's easy. It's easy. It's not easy to do PvP against me.
I don't even know what those words are, and I
PvP
feel
is player versus player, and it's
player
hard
versus-
to do that.
Okay.
What's your next
Player
question,
versus-
Miles?
Play. Okay.
Oh wait, you didn't answer your
Oh,
question.
my favorite movie that I've worked on. That's so different. Okay, so I really like working. You said movie, not project, right?
No, I said, what's your favorite movie you've ever
Movie.
been in?
Okay, great. So that
Been in.
been in. So that eliminates TV because you said movie. So I took the TV stuff out. So if I were to say movie,
That you've been in.
that I've been in. Well, yeah.
Not just in
Not
general.
just any movie. The movies that I've been in. I would say that it's a toss up. Like I've been fortunate to do a couple of movies that I really love, and one of them is Puss in Boots. I really did love the way Perrito, really resonated with people, and
So
Perrito,
is that your favorite movie that you've
I
been
would
in?
Because you're really
say-
skirting around the question right now, Harvey.
think-
yeah.
You know what? I do love Perrito and Puss in Boots, and I think you're gonna love it when you watch it. That's why I love it.
I think today that's your favorite movie today, or even in this moment.
In this moment,
'Cause
and that
things
might
can change
tomorrow.
in
Ask
5
me
seconds.
in 5 seconds, and my answer will change.
I have a quote, but I'm just gonna do it after all these questions.
Okay.
Okay, next question. Who is your favorite character you've ever played in a movie or show?
Ooh, my favorite movie and character that I play is Eli, and that's in Companion, which is a movie that just came out. So you'll watch that later.
I think that might be not an appropriate movie for children.
No.
Have you ever played a character, Miles?
Well, I was gonna be in a movie, but it was too scary, and I might be in a movie.
You might be in a movie.
Yeah.
You're in talks. They
But
say
I have
show.
a secret that I can't shout out loud to anybody here.
You're in talks. He cannot say anything, and he will not say. And call.
We're talking to the studio right now.
We're talking to the studio. Schedules are being tossed around. I get it, Miles. I get it.
So the
Scary.
next question.
All right.
How do you
Straight
know
to
my
business.
mommy?
How do I know your mommy? Oh, that's a good question. I love your mommy. Your mommy and I have been friends for so long. We met on a set of a commercial. And you know when you meet someone, do you ever meet anyone and you just know you're going to be friends forever?
Definitely.
Okay.
Well, I've met my friend Adrian. Well, I have another friend that's friends forever, and we are arguing big arguments.
Friends argue. And that's okay. Friends, argue as long as, at the core you
Well,
respect.
I'm just gonna shout out to my 2 favorite friends.
Okay.
So Jack B,
One.
Shout out Jack B.
Shout out.
who Julian probably already knows
Okay.
because he's met him,
He's a friend of mine. as
Okay,
well.
great. So this is great.
and Adrian.
Shout out to Adrian.
Hey, Jack B. Adrian, if you're watching this, have a good night.
Have a good night. That's great. See, you have multiple. Well, to answer your question, how did I meet your mommy? I met her in a commercial set, and I just knew we were going to be friends forever, mostly because she got my humor. You know when someone gets your jokes and they get your kind of humor? So she got my kind of humor, and I thought she was the funniest person. We almost got in trouble because we were laughing so much on the set that we just made a joke that they would come over and they're like, hey, guys, keep it down because we're moving around. Like, yeah, okay. And then we'd be like, still going to say it. Like we would whisper to each other, like, we're still going to say it. And that became our ongoing joke. So once in a while, your mommy texted me and she goes, still going to say it. Just a reminder of when we met years ago, before you were born. And then I just knew we were going to be friends. And, even though we don't live on the same coast, every time I come to New York, your mommy is the one person I think about. And I'm like, I miss Mimi. And we've been friends for so long. And I can't wait where our lives take us and continue to be friends.
Well, I have a couple of jokes that I probably have forgotten.
Okay. Did you forget them?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that you told me you had a couple of jokes that you probably forgot, which you're being very honest with me. I thank you.
I might remember them right now, but it's going to be hard to.
It's okay.
Just moving on to the last
Moving
question.
on to the next
Last
question.
question. What's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you on a set?
These are really good questions. These are really good. The funniest thing that's ever happened to me on a set. Okay. One time we were doing a scene and I thought they said action. You know when the director says action, what does that mean?
It means start.
Start, exactly. And so I thought I heard action, and so I started doing the scene, and it was a complicated scene, and everyone was just looking at me. And I was like, oh, wow, I'm really, really doing a good job with this scene. Everyone's really focused and honing in.
And then did they say cut?
No, because they never said action. And so they looked at me, and I was waiting for the cut. I was doing a scene, and I was an intense scene, and I did it, and I was like moving things on the table, and everyone's just like. And then I looked around like, is someone going to yell cut? And they said, we never said action. Because someone yelled something and I was so like
You were
ready.
locked
I was
in.
so
You're
locked
a
into
serious-
the character. I was ready to go that I thought they said action, but it was no action. I wasted such a great take that no one will ever see.
Have you ever had an embarrassing moment, Miles?
I thought it was just going to be a normal day. When I walked outside, there was a flash flood.
That's embarrassing because
That's really embarrassing.
I would have
that you
worn
didn't
like
know.
not the right shoes.
Yeah,
if it was a normal day.
It's so embarrassing when you think it's a normal day, but it's a
It's
flash
a
flood.
flood.
But it was raining, and I just thought it was a rainy day.
Not a
But it
flash
was
flood day.
flash flood. So I was wearing my boots, and then my mom had to give me a shoulder ride all the way to my school.
Oh, that's sweet. That's a nice mom.
Also, the water was super duper high when it was splashing.
And here you thought it was going to be just a regular rainy day, not a
Flash flood.
Okay, so now can I read the quote?
Okay.
Also, I'm giving you some advice. It was an Albert Einstein quote.
Oh, okay.
Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning.
Great.
Let that sink in. Are you receiving that?
Mm-hmm.
Miles, why did you feel like that was important for Harvey to hear?
Because you should never stop asking questions
That's true.
to get more information about things.
Yes. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I needed to hear that.
Yeah, Harvey, you need to
I
learn
do.
a little more.
I need to ask more questions. I got to take, a page from Miles' book. I got to.
So, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah. What's both of your favorite, movies
Color?
you don't really watch, but what about books? What's your favorite book?
Oh, my favorite book is Minecraft. Wait, I forgot my favorite
I'm
book.
seeing a correlation now of
Minecraft Stone Sword Saga.
Okay.
End of the Overworld.
End of the Overworld. Okay.
My favorite book is Leaving the Atocha Station by Ben Lerner. It's fantastic. I recommend it.
Ooh.
It's about a young man on a poetry fellowship in Madrid, Spain.
I just got back from Spain.
It's fantastic.
I love it.
Miles, where's your favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Turks and Caicos. Or California, where my cousins live.
I think California.
I can't decide if it's California or Turks and Caicos.
I think California.
Miles, can I ask you a really big question?
What?
New York or LA? Let's get into it.
Ooh, this could be very divisive here.
I'll tell you two things. LA, because my cousins live there, and New York, because I live in New York.
You know what? Great answer, because that was perfect. That is how you answer that question.
You hear that?
Yeah, you hear that? Both. But he started with LA first.
Are you an LA guy?
I was born and raised in LA, but I lived in New York last year for almost the whole year, and I love it. I'm on and off. I'm bi-coastal. I don't like to say, but I'm Angelino at heart because my family's there, and I love LA, and my heart is in LA. But I love to visit New York.
I like to visit LA and Turks and Caicos, but I've only visited Turks and Caicos twice, but I still love it.
So I got the real question. New York or Turks and Caicos?
Oh.
Then I'm definitely saying Turks and Caicos.
You heard it here first.
LA or Turks and Caicos?
Okay, then I can't decide.
Wow.
So New York's the clear third here.
I actually can't decide between New York or California and Turks and Caicos in California, so I can't decide.
What's the best one? Decide. 3, 2,
Two,
1.
I think it's actually Turks and Caicos.
Guys, Turks and Caicos is the best city to live.
Okay, let's move. Turks and
Turks
Caicos.
and Caicos because there's a lot of pools and water slides, hot tubs, and there's even there's an ocean nearby.
Well, California has that. LA has a lot of pools. Not the same kind of crystal clear water.
Yeah, well, you know that.
What about Disneyland? It has Disneyland in LA.
Disneyland isn't my favorite because it's so crowded.
Fair enough. What if we put Disneyland in Caicos, Turks and Caicos? Well, there was not that many people at that Disneyland.
Well, you know, Turks and Caicos isn't the most crowded place.
Exactly.
This episode is brought to you by the Turks and Caicos Tourism Board.
They're gonna send you to Turks and Caicos just for this.
I was just in Belize.
Ooh.
What's Belize?
It's a country in Central America, and it has a lot of waterfalls and caves with crystals in them.
Did you take any crystals?
No, I don't. You can't take
take
crystals. But you know what? We're at the bottom of the cave. We're deep underground. I've been
And
underground.
you had to take off your shoes.
Did I tell you the story?
Yeah, you already did.
Took off your shoes?
They made me take my shoes off because you could damage the crystals.
Makes sense.
Was the crystal talc?
Hmm?
Was the crystal talc?
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 Yeah.
What's that mean?
Like powder
Talc?
sound?
talc is the weakest crystal in the world. It can be scratched by your nail.
Was it?
I don't know. I
That's
gotta
why they
ask.
took your shoes off
I
because
know.
you're gonna scratch. It might have been talc. You're right. It might have been talc.
Well, it also is 1 on the Mohs scale, which means it's so weak that it could be broken easily, even just with wood, I think.
Can you make like probably a ring with it? Because you could break it into pieces and make a ring with that kind of.
Easy, but I don't know where to find talc.
Yeah. The search for talc continues. If you or someone you know has found talc.
Harvey, Miles. The last thing we're doing on the podcast today is talk about things that are in and out.
Okay.
I'm going to say something from a list, and we're going to have a discussion, brief, of if it is in or out of culture in 2025.
Well, I know mine for...
Wait. All right, let's start with that.
All right.
The 5-second rule. Miles?
Sometimes.
Ooh.
Because if it drops on your floor from your house, you could use the 5-rule repetition. But what if it fell on the subway floor? Then you would definitely not want to eat it.
No.
So the real answer is sometimes.
I say you're right. 5-second rule is good. In the subway or somewhere dirty, like no, because it's pretty dirty.
I say 5-second rule, out. I don't care. It could be on the ground for 100 seconds.
Yeah.
If it's my food, I'll eat that.
But what if it fell on the subway floor?
I don't care.
I once saw him fight a rat with a piece of pizza.
When I was in middle school, my trick to get friends is I would
drop food on the
drop
floor
before and then eat it.
So you were like setting a trap for friends. You're like, I think
I'd be
this
like,
muffin.
want to see something crazy? I'd like put something down. I'd be like, I'll still eat that, and then I'd eat it.
Fair enough.
Don't do that though. It's not
Don't do
cool.
it. Don't do it. Yeah, don't do it.
I wasn't like right, you know?
Yeah, especially if it's like, what about if it's ice cream?
Oh yeah. Okay. Let me actually give a very serious answer.
Okay.
If food falls on the floor, there's a couple factors. One, how sticky or wet is it? I don't want it to be picking up any particles.
Yeah.
If it's like an almond, it can fall anywhere.
Yeah.
Like that's not picking up anything up.
Have you been falling on the train tracks?
Well, I don't want to put my life at risk for an almond.
Why not?
Miles, have you ever eaten food off the floor?
Sometimes. Like on the floor from my house.
Really quickly.
All right.
Let's see how quickly, if I put something right there, how quickly you go. That's pretty quick. What if you drop it? Go. That's pretty quick too.
Pretty quick.
What if you drop it? Okay, see, I'm not that fast.
You're not that fast.
I'm not that fast.
The next thing, waiting when you're eating dinner, waiting until the other people get their food to eat.
I just wait until my food's there and then I eat it.
What'd you say?
I wait and then I just eat my food up right away.
Yeah, I don't
When
wait.
I'm hungry.
I wait for everyone to get the food unless they say, go eat. No, go. It's going to get cold, which is usually the case. So you kind of you want them to say that. So you're like, oh, no, your food's not, oh. And then they're like, oh, no, go ahead. Are you serious? No.
I think it's on the restaurant to make the food come out at the same time.
At the same time. Yeah, bring it all together at the same time.
I was at this. I was getting Thai food the other night.
Mm-hmm.
They brought out my friend's food. She pretty much finished eating, and then they brought everyone else's food out.
That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, sometimes it's like when you go to a restaurant, they bring like the appetizer after like you've gotten your main dish, and you're like, oh, I wanted to start with that, and now, okay, but it's all there.
Minecraft, in or out?
In.
Because I want to
Definitely.
learn, and you're going to teach me, right?
Yeah, and I'm already a hacker, so I could definitely teach you a couple of hacks.
Excuse me, you're a
I'm
hacker?
sorry?
Yeah?
I don't
Tell the
think.
camera.
No, don't tell the camera.
Tell the camera.
Miles, don't tell the camera. I'm
Tell
telling you,
the
don't tell the
camera.
Tell them, Miles.
Don't tell anyone.
Well,
that
I'm a
you're
hacker in Minecraft.
That's cheating.
What? Hacks are cheats.
Don't do that.
I'm not using the hacks all the time.
Just sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. The only hack that I really need to use in PvP is /kill, because that immediately kills your opponent.
Yeah.
All the words you said, Miles, right now, in this moment, I need to go learn because I didn't know any of those words.
Or /game.
Not that it matters to
/give.
/gif.
not that it matters to anybody here, but I think Minecraft out.
Miles, I think this interview's over.
Is it over?
I don't know. Do you want to
Change your
fight
mind?
back?
Do you want to rebuttal
I
that?
think Minecraft's out, Miles. What do you think?
Why do you think it's out?
I don't know. I don't think it's really cool anymore.
It's cool when you defeat the bosses in survival.
I don't know. You know what I think is really cool?
What?
Zelda.
Zelda.
I've played Zelda.
Out. I never played Zelda.
Ah! No, I think Minecraft's cool, Miles. I'm joking.
Minecraft?
I was just trying to get a rise out of you.
But I actually never played Zelda.
Miles, how about
I haven't downloaded it on my Switch or
Well, you're a hacker, so I know it's gonna happen soon.
in or out, touching your toes? I think it's out. I don't
Ow,
care.
Who cares?
Out. Who cares?
Who cares? Tell people why it doesn't matter, Miles.
It doesn't matter because it just gives you exercise.
I'm just like, I feel like I'm always out and about. I'm like at the club, I'm at the cool bar, and people are like,
I'm only out because I'm doing busy things
Exactly.
like homework.
Yeah. Yes. And you're active, so you don't need to touch your toes. You're
I
already
also
walking.
don't. I also have a lot of homework every day,
That's working the old noggin.
and also thinking and reading,
but I'm always like,
eating dinner.
All those
eating.
things burn calories, by the way. You don't need to touch your toes because eating dinner burns calories. Doing your homework burns
that's chewing.
calories.
But I'm always like trying to get into like these poppin' places, and they're like, can you touch your toes? And I'm like, no. And then they won't let me in.
Huh. I don't know if it's worth.
That's
going
not
into
true.
it.
Yeah, it
It's,
just didn't
I don't know if
happen.
it's
I was
worth-
just trying to.
But they shouldn't be asking you to touch your toes.
That's
No.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. Before we go, is there anything you want to say, Miles?
What about the room temperature water?
Oh, boy, what do you think? In or out? Or do you want to ask the group? What do you think?
I think out because you could just pick your own water.
And I like cold water, even though like I don't know, ice cube on water.
Thinking about water, I'm pretty thirsty right now.
Oh, okay. We got to get hydrated.
All right,
Can
we
get
got to
some water?
get some water on
Get
set.
some water. Flying in water, please.
Water for Miles?
Water for Miles. Flying in for water.
21-0.
Now, do you want that room temperature or
I just want my own temperature, like cold water.
your own temperature? Cold water. Okay, it's very specific. Must be chilled, and it must be water.
Harvey, is there anything you want to say before we go? This has been a fantastic interview.
I've learned so much today, actually, and I'm really excited for Miles to teach me this new game that I've never played in my life, but I have played Zelda, but he has not. So with a little bit of hacking skills, I think that the next time we see each other, I'm going to be pretty good. Do you think I'll get better at this game?
Yeah, if I teach you slash kill, so that whenever you're playing PvP, you could cheat.
Well, what
Slash
about...
kill is kind of like a cheat.
Is
in
it
the
a
game.
cheat?
It's kind of like a cheat.
Kinda like-
Command that you can do.
A hacker command.
Hacker command that a lot of hackers use
All
to
right.
kill.
Hey,
to
you're
kill
the expert.
opponents.
I'm not. But how long do you think it'll take for me to actually be good?
A while because then you have to learn all of the modes, and my favorite mode is Spectre mode.
Oh.
Because then I can fly through blocks. and-
Well, we're going to keep talking about Minecraft mods. Thanks for watching Gems with Miles and...
I'm quitting acting and I'm becoming a professional video game player.
Wait, Miles, you want to end the episode for us? Say thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
What if
See you next time.
this has been Gems with
Miles,
and
Julian,
Harvey. Awesome. All right, have a good day.
bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Gems with Miles and Julian, with Julian Shapiro Barnum and Miles. Produced by me, Sophie Swartz. Associate produced by Mimi Michaels. Edited by Andrew Bourne. Engineered by Kate Kearns. Music by Caleb Martin Rosenthal. Art by Maria Contreras. Talent booking by Jake Bunger. Please follow and subscribe to us at gems_pod. See you next time.